Hello everyone and welcome back to our second flute lesson today. Hope everyone had a great week, a great lesson, and I'm so excited to get started on what we reviewed during our second in-class flute lesson. What you will need is your flute, and we are going to use the entire flute this time, and your second lesson homework sheet. So make sure that's out on your stand near you, okay? Let's open up the case of the flute so that our latches and our label are facing the correct ways. We're opening it right side up. And just for now, grab your head joint. Right here, this one, right, that we've been working with. And we're gonna go right to the warm-ups right now. Number one on our second lesson sheet for the flute, okay? The first one says play 10 long, smooth sounds. So remember in class, what we've been doing is every time my finger points up, that means breathe in. And then when I point towards you, that means play. So we're gonna do 10 in a row. The first thing to remember is to quickly do a kiss and roll down and make sure that your mouthpiece, or your head joint, I should say, for this one is in the correct spot, okay? Here we go, find that spot and breathe in. Last one. And stop there. Nice job. Now, even though we have a couple of different warm-ups left to play, I do want to just skip ahead and remind us of what number 2 on our sheet says, all about tonguing, okay? So when we're tonguing, we're using our tongue to what's called articulate the note and just really clearly say, I'm starting my note, instead of, which is just me going, I'm gonna go t. Could you hear how I definitely started that note with clear articulation, clear tonguing? So the way that you do that, let's say out loud together, 2, 2, 2. Say that with me, ready, go. 2, 2, 2. Now what I'd like you to do is do that again, except this time we're gonna whisper that, okay? I'll go first. Your turn. Great. Now what we're gonna do is, in case you need to see it happen, when I hold up my piece of paper and I say, I can see it move. Did you see how I made it move? So that's a great way to do it. Now that we know that, let's go back to our warm-ups, and we're gonna really focus on playing all our warm-ups with our tonguing, okay? The next warm-up, the second one, says cover the end of the head joint for 10 lower sounds. Remember, we're gonna hold our left hand in the left side of the flute. I know it looks different in the video, so for you it should look like this. The left side is the little side, right? L for left, L for little. So the little side should be on your left, pointing to the left. So I'm gonna flip mine back around the correct way. Yours should be this way, right? All right, then we're gonna take our right hand and we're gonna put it on here. With our tonguing, let's do 10 low sounds. I can't do up and down because I'm using both my hands on this, so I'm gonna use my head instead. So every time my head goes up, that means breathe. And every time my head goes down, that means play. Okay, ready? Let's try it. And breathe in. Last one. Excellent job if you could keep up with me on that. I know that's tricky. The final thing is try different ta and TT patterns that you learned here in class. What we're gonna do now, I'm going to play a ta and TT pattern, and I want you to play it back to me. So it'll go me, and then I'll point at the screen, and you play. And then we'll go back and forth. We'll do 3 different ones, okay? I'll start. 1, 2, it's my turn. Go. My turn. Go. And last one for me. 1, 2, here I go. Go. Great job. Okay, fantastic. So I'd like to skip over to number 2. Make sure that you follow right here on number 2. You're going to, for part of your homework, make up your own ta and ti patterns while tonguing, and you are going to play a little solo for the group of whatever you play, or whatever you make up, I should say. So make sure you write down a ta, ti pattern. You can use rest if you'd like to, but you can't do all rests. I know some people say, I just do rest, 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 rest. Nope, you can't do that. You got to have some tas and some titis in there somewhere, okay? Number 3, we're on to the exciting part, assembly of the flute. We're putting the entire thing together this week, okay? So we're going to keep our head joint in one hand. And now let's grab the body of the flute. The body of the flute is the longest piece of the flute that is in there. There are kind of 2 ends to this body. You'll notice that one section doesn't have any keys, and the other section does have keys all the way to the end. What we would like right now is to stick our head joint in the section that does not have the keys. And it's really important when we hold this together to put it together, we hold the flute over here where there are no keys. We don't want to be squeezing these keys. We could break them when we're putting it together. So it's a good idea to just hold up here so that we're not squeezing any keys, all right? So go ahead and gently kind of screw in your head joint until it's all the way in the body of the flute, okay? Now, you should, my flute does not, but you should have some stickers that I gave you to put on the flute last lesson. And what we said was we want to make sure our tone hole up here is in line with those stickers. So mine is just a little bit crooked right now. I just need to kind of spin it, and you can kind of look this way, and you should be able to draw a line from the hole all the way down the keys. And if you can't do that, you'll have to spin it just a little bit until it is there. All right? That is now done. And our final bit of putting the flute together is to connect the foot joint to the body with a gentle twisting motion, and then we'll line up the rods. So the part that you put on the body is the part that has more keys. So you see how the foot joint also has a little space where there is no keys? That's the end of the flute. That doesn't connect to anything. So we're going to connect this side into the body of the flute. So we're going to once again hold up here where there's no keys for us to squish when we're holding on, and we're going to just gently, this part can get a little sticky, so be careful. We're just gently going to connect. Now, a lot of people think, oh, there's a rod here, and so I should line up the rod of the foot joint as well. That is actually not correct. What we have to do is spin this so the rod of the foot joint, you see that rod? That rod actually lines up with the keys where your stickers should be. So this rod kind of points straight down, just like this tone hole. You could look straight down it and see a line. The same thing goes with the rod here, and it goes all the way down. So that is the flute, how to assemble it, all right? It should look like this. There are 3 pieces. We have the head joint on the left. We have the body in the middle, and the foot joint should be going out to the right. So remember, if we're mirroring this, yours should look like this. The little part should be towards the left, and then the rest of the flute goes all the way out to the right. Mine is going to be flipped around because I'm on video, and it flips things around when you're on video. So don't try and do exactly like I do, but just remember that the little part is on the left, towards your left hand, okay? Fantastic. Let's look at number 4, holding the flute. So your left hand should be facing you, as if I'm waving to myself. Hello. Then you're going to line up your fingers with the stickers with your thumb in the back. So that thumb goes on that back key back here, right? And then we should have our 1, 2, 3 fingers for that, for the left hand. And then our right hand should be facing away from you, like you're waving at somebody else. So your thumb is going to line up under here, and then we're going to line up our fingers on the stickers 1, 2, and 3. And then don't forget our pinky is going to go here on the end, on the foot joint key. Remember, that last sticker, that pinky, we're using for every single note so far, which is pretty impressive that we have one key that's going to be used for all the notes we know so far. All right? So remember, when we hold it, we're going to hold it up here. This is still going to go under our lips, but everything should be going out towards the right, towards your right hand, okay? So just check, make sure that your fingers are on the correct keys, find those stickers, and you should be good to go. All right, we're ready for number 5, first notes and songs. So the letters are the way that we label our notes, and the letters of the notes that we're going to learn today are B, A, and G. This might sound familiar if you ever got a chance to play the recorder. Those were probably the first 3 notes you learned on that as well. So for the note B, we need our thumb to be pressed down on this key. We need our pinky to be pressed down on this key. So our left hand thumb, our right hand pinky, and that first key, our pointer finger in the left hand, and that is a B. Let's go ahead, kiss and roll down if you need to. And let's see if we can play this B together. Ready? Take a big breath. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, did that come out for you? Give it a try again. If it didn't, no worries. Let's try again. Ready? Big breath. 1, 2, ready, go. And stop right there. Beautiful. Good. Again, this is really hard, and this is not something that you might get on the first try immediately. This is something that will take practice, and sometimes you just kind of got to move it around. Sometimes people go from being able to play on just the head joint, and then they put it in their flute and they say, I can't play anymore. Well, guess what? When you have the head joint, all you have to do is hold it and blow. Now you got to put your hands in the right spot, put your fingers in the right spot. You're adding so many things right now. So if it's not working out like it was before, that's okay. Don't worry. You're going to get it, I promise. Let's try that B one more time. Go ahead and hold up your flute. Find that right spot under your lip. Breathe in. 1, 2, ready, B. Beautiful. All right, let's move to the next note, which is A. So we still keep our thumb down. We still keep our pinky down. We still keep this pointer finger down. And now we're just going to add our middle finger on our left hand. Remember, and check to make sure that you're on the right sticker, because we do skip a key for this A, right? We're not playing the next note right next to this B. We're skipping over one. So let's give our A a shot. Make sure both of those are held down. Ready? Find your spot. 1, 2, ready, play. Beautiful. Let's try that one more time. Take a quick break. All right, ready? 1, 2, play an A. Excellent. Now, quick reminder, if you're hearing something like this, and it's kind of a little higher sounding, that just means you're blowing too hard. And so you just need to blow just a little bit softer. I like to think of it like if I'm blowing on a really hot cup of hot cocoa or a really hot cup of soup, and just a gentle, not too hard at all, okay? Our final note is the note G. So everything stays the same. Pinky, thumb, pointer finger, middle finger, and we're just adding this finger right here, this ring finger on our left hand, right? This one does go right next to the A, the key for the A, right? So make sure you're paying attention to your stickers, and let's try and get the note G. 1, 2, ready, go. Beautiful. This note in particular is really common to hear this. For whatever reason on the flute, this note is really easy to pop up too high. So it's okay if that happens. We're going to keep working on it. And just remember, a little bit more gentle air. G for gentle. That'll be helpful. And that will hopefully help you to get all 3 of those notes out. We're going to try hot cross buns right now. So on your second lesson sheet, you should see a box that says try hot cross buns. And all the notes that you need. We need a B. We need an A. We need a G, okay? Everything stays the same except this, this, and this. So let's give that our best shot, okay? Let's remember to use our tongue when we do this and say 2, 2, 2, all right? And then I would practice this a whole bunch of times. This is our first song that we're putting together. It's only our second lesson. It is hard. So I would play along with me. If it's perfect, you can move on. But if it's not perfect, pause it, rewind it, and do it again until you're seeing some improvement, okay? All right, here we go with hot cross buns. Start with the B. 1, 2, ready, go. Go do B-A-G again. Ready, go. Good. Now we have 4 G's in a row and we have to use our tongue and say 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's do those. Ready, go. Now do the same thing except lift this up for an A. Ready, go. And we'll finish with B-A-G again. Ready, go. All right, I'm going to play it one more time without stopping in the middle and talking so that you can try and play along with me now. Ready? 1, 2, beginning, go. Now, if you can play that along with me, that's really impressive. If you can't, again, rewind, try it again, and pause it. Take it at your own speed. Do whatever you have to do in order to make whatever progress you can. And guess what? If you can't make that much progress, you're going to see me next week, and we're going to work together. I know it's hard to be at home doing something brand new for the first time without not a lot of help. So I will be here to help you next lesson. Keep trying. I hope you have fun. Don't forget to have fun. This is why we do this. And don't forget to check off your practicing for this week. This week I'm looking for your warm-ups in tonguing, putting your instrument together, assembly, and first notes in hot cross buns. Make sure you get your family to sign that and bring it back next week. Reminder, if you can practice everything all 7 days, that means your name will get entered into a raffle, and I might pick you to win a prize for practicing all 7 days, okay? Happy practicing, and have a great time this week. I'll see you at your next lesson. Bye-bye.